Alright, so I'm Sarah Moreno at Rampz again today, and this is week 3. I'm going to teach you how to tailwhip. There's 3 ways that I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to do it fly out, flat, and in a 180 in an air. You basically just start off with getting the hand around motion. So if you ride right-footed ways, you're going to be wanting to hook your toes around the left-hand side of your deck, and you want to flick it as hard as you can with your toes. But a lot of people just think that it's in your feet, and it's not, because the motion mostly lies within your hands. So you move your arms in like a circle rotation just to get it round, so you feel comfortable with it. And that's when you'll start to progress to like double whips and triple whips with how fast you move your hands. So it's kind of like a rotation, like up and down. Maybe when you stood on flat, just practice getting that motion down, just so you're used to it, used to the feel of it and everything. And then you can start trying to get used to kicking it and catching it. Just so, because when you start to improve with them, you'll want to start learning to catch them, so you can add tricks onto it, like whip bars and stuff like that. The first thing I would recommend is probably trying it fly out, purely because you can get a lot more height out of a ramp than what you can flat. Whereas a lot of people like to try it flat, so it's up to you how you want to learn it. But you basically just want to get a lot of height, and then just throw it as quick as you can with your feet, and then use your arms as well, and then you should hopefully land it. So I'll show you first how to do it on fly out, and I'll take you over to the quarter over there, and I'll show you how to do it fly out, then I'll teach you how to do it flat, and then in an air. Right, so once you've got the hang of the motion and everything else, and you've started maybe, trying to get the idea around kicking it and stuff like that, you want to find a decent quarter pipe, maybe like a 5-foot quarter with a decent fly out on it. So there's a perfect quarter pipe at Rampz for it, with a massive platform, which is what I'm stood on right now. And it's got a really nice takeoff. You need a ramp where you feel comfortable getting air out of. So first of all, maybe try getting some decent pop out of a ramp first before you start trying to throw it, because once you start throwing it, you're going to get closer to landing it then. So you need to know when you feel most comfortable, when you've popped out the ramp, that's when you start to throw it. Okay, so now you've mastered how to come out of the ramp appropriately, you want to then start thinking about how to start throwing the whip. So when you're coming up, when you're at the peak of your jump, you want to kick your feet out. Try and use your arms as much as you can as well. A lot of people forget to use their arms. It comes really out in front of you. You want to try and keep it underneath you as much as possible, so your feet are ready to catch it and land. Right, so once you've done that, and you've got a feel of how the ramp throws you and how getting used to throwing the whip, you can start trying to kick it a bit faster once you get comfortable, and then you'll start trying to get your feet on the deck, so you'll start trying to get your feet closer to it. You'll start getting 1 foot, and then once you've got 1 foot, you can land it, because then you're comfortable with getting your feet back to the deck. So when you're close to landing it, you just want to kick it as much as you can with your feet, move your hands, and then spot the deck and catch it and land. So I'll show you a few of me actually landing the trick, and then we'll teach you how to do it flat. Okay, so now you've mastered the trick fly out, you'll be able to do it in any other way. So the next way is flat, basically. So you've already got the idea of kicking it with your feet and moving it with your hands. So all you need to do is the same as fly out. You just need to make sure you get enough hop when you're doing it flat. So you need to be jumping as much as you can, basically, and just throwing your feet. So you want to be flicking it with your feet and then trying to get it round as much as possible. And if you keep trying it, it'll eventually come round more to your feet. And then you just need to focus again on trying to get your feet back onto it, like when I said on the fly out. So when you've mastered it, finally, you should get it pretty quick if you've already got it fly out. You literally just jump, throw your feet. I'll do that again. Hop. Throw your feet, land it. That's literally all it is. Once you've got it fly out, bit easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So the next way in order to learn this trick is in a 180. So refer back to week 2, where we taught you 180s and 360s. So for me, I whip that way, so I'll have to be spinning right ways, so the right hand side spin. So you want to get a nice quarter. So we're in the medium ramp now, at Beast Rampz, and we're going to teach you on this quarter. So you want to find a decent quarter that you can air comfortably. So this is obviously more advanced than learning it flat or fly out, because you need to be able to feel comfortable airing a quarter first. So I chose this quarter because it's big and it gives you a lot of air time to be able to do it. So you want to start off at first by coming up the ramp to a certain height. I'd probably say probably about this high, just so you've got enough room to be able to pop out and be able to throw it. So once you've got the pop, it should not be a problem, because once you've popped enough and got enough air time, you just do all of what I've taught you before with fly out and with flat. You just kick your feet, but because you're doing it in a 180, you also have to spin your head and body. So you want to be bringing it with you. So when you're spinning, do it like that, but always have your eye on the deck, because that's where you're going to be landing again. So I'll show you an attempt of me throwing it without, because you're going to throw it first and not land it. So you want to throw it, and I'll show you an attempt of me first throwing it. Yeah. That's basically all that's going to happen. So if you throw it, you're just going to land with your feet next to it, or maybe, I don't know, wherever. The one thing that I will say though is make sure that you try your hardest to catch it, because if you don't, you're going to land on your back wheel and you'll loop out, and you don't want to do that, because then you'll fall back and hit your head. That's why you should always wear a helmet. So this is why you need to keep your eye on the scooter at all times, so you can picture it coming round to grab it. That's pretty much all you need to know in order to land the trick, until you've tried it and landed it. It might take you a few attempts, you might get it 1 foot. You just gotta trust yourself to get your other foot back on. So I'll show you one of me landing it now. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Hopefully you've learnt to whip, and to whip flat and whip air. Once you've landed whips, fly out and flat, you can start trying to do double whips and stuff. It's a very easy trick once you can whip, so you should be alright. But for now, just keep practicing them as best you can. Once you get better at them, you can start doing bar whips, whip bars, stuff like that, and start getting more tricks under your belt, and it'll be better for you. So I hope you enjoyed that video. So tune in next week for another trick tip, and then hopefully you'll learn some more tricks.